Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we are playing with not one, not two, not three, but maybe even 4 different espresso tools from MHW-3BOMBER. First of all, big thank you to MHW-3BOMBER for sending us those toys. I will put the links in the description. If you want to do me a big favor, just click on those links. Even if you don't want to buy anything, let's just create some traffic over there. Who knows, maybe they will send us something more in the future. I even managed to secure a discount for you, so if you want, you can use it. I might even get a small commission, so it's a good way to support the channel. We also have that very popular membership club here. You pay a membership fee every month and I spend that fortune on my wild lifestyle, so it's a win-win. Anyway, so MHW-3BOMBER is a company from China. They started in 2019 and now they are really well-known producer of coffee gadgets, coffee tools. They even make a great looking espresso machine, like a lever espresso machine, which I would really love to test at some point. But today we are talking about the espresso tools. What I'm planning to do here, I will talk about each of those tools, what I like about them, maybe a few things that I would like them to change. At some point we will also pull an espresso shot because, well, this is a coffee channel. As always, exciting video. If you're as excited as myself, definitely click like, sit tight and enjoy. Through this video I will be consulting the website. As always, a little bit of MHW-3 poetics. The EU series is guided by heart and it offers infinite possibilities. And they say they offer unique espresso aesthetics, and yes, I do have to agree. You can say whatever you want, but each of those tools, they look familiar, but it looks unusual as well. You will see some pictures on the screen, so the part of that EU series, there is that WDT tool. I actually bought it with my own money. I bought it just for the review, but I liked it so much that I decided to keep it. Not perfect, but as good as possible. You can check, I will put the links in the description, you can check the review yourself. You also get a tamping station, you also get that leveler, that distribution tool. You get a very nice magnetic collar. It looks like there should be also a portafilter, like a naked portafilter there, but I haven't got it. They also have that tamper, that special, looks like a calibrated tamper, but it wasn't ready yet, so I haven't received it. If you look at the picture now, what I didn't know, they also make grinders, and on the same picture in the background you see espresso machine. If anybody could identify that espresso machine for me. Let's start with the tamping station. I'm sure you've seen something like that before. It's made out of metal, it's very solid. You have the silicone bit at the top, so they say it reduces the friction and the risk of scratches and basically secures the portafilter in place. You have a silicone ring at the bottom, so the tamping station does not slide on your countertop, and you can kind of calibrate this tamping station. There is that screw in the middle. All you need to do is you undo the collar and you can change the position of that pin, and that helps you to level the portafilter. There is also a spring in that pin. On top of that pin there is also a silicone bit, so that again helps you to secure the portafilter and prevents from scratches. I have to say I like this tamping station much more than my previous one where I couldn't regulate the position. The few things that I've noticed here, first of all, that silicone bit on the top and at the bottom, the coffee grinds, they love to stick to it, but that's the nature of the silicone, so you cannot change it. Now, depending on the portafilter, some portafilter handles are flat, some, like the one from my Descent, are rounded, and that rounded portafilter handle, it travels a little bit on that pin. Maybe if that pin was a bit wider, maybe it would secure my portafilter a little bit better. I have another portafilter, but because the handle is a bit heavier, it might wobble a little bit. One of my favorite tools from that year series, it's that collar. MHW-3BOMBER, they have few different designs of the collar. This is the new design, made mostly out of steel, 304 steel. There is a silicone bit to help you with the grip, and inside, you don't see it, but inside you have 36 magnets, or as they call them, magnetic absorption design. What I like about it is that it sits on top of the filter basket. Some of the collars, they sit inside, then they can create that indent inside the filter basket, so then you have to work extra hard with the WDT tool. If you use it with the filter basket like I'm using right now, this DEX filter basket from MHW, it sits so nicely, it almost looks like a one with the filter basket. And the last bit I would like to show you today is that distributor, the leveler. I remember 4 years ago when I started this hobby, we all have been using some sort of leveling tools. Nowadays some people still do, some people moved away from them. Let me know in the comments which camp you are in. This feels very solid in your hand, 440 grams. It It's made pretty much all of metal, that's why it's so heavy. The bit that touches the coffee, it's steel. You have a spring inside. This leveler, very, very eye-catching. The best looking leveler I've seen. From a side, it looks like a wheel of the racing car. If someone loves the coffee gadgets, well, they will definitely be interested with this one. This leveler allows you to choose the depth very, very precisely and very, very easy. You just rotate that silicone ring. You have marks on the side that helps you to judge the depth. They call it auxiliary observation adjustment. At the bottom you have that base, they call it a bionic 4-leaf clover. Apparently they choose that design to prevent the indent in the middle of the pack. If you use that WDT tool, my only complaint is that if you don't choose the depth correctly, or if you move too fast when you use it, and can in fact sweep the coffee powder kind of more towards outside. This is a very, very Apple-like approach. First they created some issue and then they found a solution. The few things that I would change, it would be nice if it came with a stand so you can rest it on the table with that interesting bit on top. You paid extra for this gadget, you want to look at those bits. And the last thing I would like to change is the writing. Once we bought it, we know what it is, so they don't need to spell it out on top. They could put like a more appealing design, more appealing pattern. Okay, I've been talking a lot. I fancy a coffee. You want to see how I use those tools? First, let's assume that you never pull a shot of espresso and you want to follow the guidance offered by MHW-3BOMBER. So you start with that tamping station, the portafilter holder. It's compulsory to throw it into air before you do any tamping. And then you need to dose your coffee, so there are a few ways of doing it. If you don't have a portafilter, you can use your camera. And then all you need to do is you take that distribution tool and you pull a shot of espresso all over it. A job done. But if you allow me, I will show you a slightly different way of doing it. But we will be using a light roast coffee, so don't expect the shot to look perfectly. I will use trendy 6-bar profile on my decent 18 grams of coffee in, 54 grams of liquid out. And we end up with a shot. Cheers. Very, very nice shot. So if you reach to this part of the video, you may as well click like, you may consider subscribing to the channel, plenty more things coming. Don't forget to check MHW-3BOMBER links in the description. My final conclusions, as I said before and I say it again, I'm really impressed with those products from MHW-3BOMBERs. They are simple to use, well engineered, they look great, and the price is okay as well. If I was to choose just one of those tools, I mean, I haven't tested that tamper might be a killer, I would choose that WDT tool. It speeds up my workflow a lot. Maybe not as perfect as if I spend a minute or two with my handheld WDT tool, but it takes few seconds, so especially in the morning or if I have to do multiple shots, I use this one. My second favorite is this. It's such a simple thing, but it's so easy to mess up, and this is made nicely. It fits like a glove, especially to those MHW filter baskets. In the comments, please share with us what are your favorite espresso tools. If you have any espresso tools from MHW-3BOMBERs, let us know what you think about it. Next week, unless I change my mind, we will probably do some cold brew. But for today, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack, this is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you, bye!